Hello everyone, and welcome to the Bitcoin Trader. And in this video, I want to discuss leverage trading and the math. Is it worth it to have high leverage, medium leverage, low leverage? Like, what's the best? Or no leverage? I'm going to attempt to answer these questions in this video, and I hope it helps some of you with your trading. So, if you've been following along with my videos so far, you know I leverage trade. And you also, if you did watch my video where I talked about can 1% change your life, you'll learn that I have a simple goal when I trade. And my goal is to earn 1% per day. And if you accomplish this simple goal, then you're gaining 30% monthly. Now, some of you may think, well, that's not enough. I want to, when I trade with cryptocurrency, I want to make more than 30% a month. But watch the video. If you haven't watched Can 1% Change My Life, watch that video and you will see that a consistent 1% gain can really change your life, and it's not risky. You can have high leverage and it not be risky if you're trading smart and you're not being greedy and you're trying to grow your account by 1% a day. Okay? So let's get into this. Let's look at the numbers. So what we're going to do is let's say you have an account and your account is $1,000. All right? And your goal is to get 1% today, right? So that's the goal, 1%. So obviously we use the calculator just for the math purposes. Times 0.01 is $10. Okay? So 1% of $1,000 is equals $10. All right? So the goal for day one is to make $10. All right, so let's figure this out. If we're not using any leverage at all and we're just spot trading, that would mean that in order to get 1% of your account balance, you need to go into the trade with the whole $1,000, and whatever cryptocurrency that you're trading needs to go up or down, depending on if you're going long or short, 1%. Okay? So, you have the whole $1,000 into the trade. Well, what happens if the cryptocurrency that you're in is going sideways today, or you say, well, I'm going to go long on this cryptocurrency and to get my 1% today. And it goes up 0.5%, or it goes up 0.25%, or it doesn't go up at all. As soon as you get in, it starts to go against you and it goes down. Because let's be honest, when you're trading, it's a 50-50 chance. Either it's going to go up or it's going to go down. That's it. There's nothing else involved in trading except for that. When you get in, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? 50-50 chance. No matter how good of a trader you are, you may have an edge, but at the end of the day, you don't know whether it's going to go up or it's going to go down, okay? So you go into the trade with the whole $1,000 to get your 1%, and then it doesn't go your way. So you have to sit in that trade until it does. Well, what if it's one of those days where you are actually in it and it goes down, and then it goes down for the next 5 or 6 days? Or I've been in trades this way, in spot trades, where I get into the trade trying to get to 1%, and I've been stuck in that trade for like a month until it comes back up and gets you in profit, and that really sucks. If you haven't been in that, it sucks. You're not trading at all for 30 days until it comes back up to where you got in, if you're spot trading, okay? So now let's look at some leverage here. So let's say we go at 10x leverage, right? So at 10x leverage, liquidation gets kind of scary. So you have to make sure that you're not risking too much of your account so that liquidation is near the price, right? So if you have $10,000 and you're at 10x leverage, you might be going into the trade with $20 maybe, if that, right? So you got your $20 that you go into the trade with at 10x leverage, and you're trying to get, say, because we're scalping. If you know about my trading method, we scalp. We get in, we get out. We don't sit here and hold the darn thing, okay? If you're doing the whole $1,000, you have to sit in the trade until it goes up a full 1%. When we're using leverage, we want to get in and get out as fast as possible. So I usually shoot for 0.3% on the trade, right? So 0.3, and if we're at 10x leverage, right, times 10 is 3%. Okay? So if you go into the trade with $20 and that's getting you 3%, you're making 60 cents. 60 cents of your goal of the $10, because you're trying to make 1% today. That's $10, right? So you have to do quite a few trades to get that, to get to $10. Now, if we go up to 50x and you go 0.3 times 50, that's 15%. So the same $20 times 0.15, that's 15%. That's $3. Now, instead of making 60 cents, the same exact $20 makes you $3. So now at making $3 on $20 at 50x leverage, your goal is to make $10. You only need to do like 3.5 trades, if that, something like that, 3.5 trades. Now, if we go up, this is where I like to trade. I like to trade at 125x. So 125x times the same 0.3, because we're trying to ride the trade only 0.3%, gives us 37.5%. So with the same $20 times 37.5%, we're making $7.50. So the same $20 on one trade, only going up 0.3%, makes $7.50. So all I have to do today is 2 trades, and I'm already over my 1%. And the risk is minimal. If you have $1,000 in your account and you're at 125x leverage, and you only go in with $20, your liquidation is so low that you don't have to worry about it. You can just ride it out. If the trade goes down against you, you don't have to be scared that you're going to get liquidated. You just sit in that trade until it comes back up in the direction that you're after. If you're going long and it starts to go down against you, you just sit there and wait until it comes back up and you get out. The other cool thing is, let's say I get into a Bitcoin trade today with $20, right? And my goal on that trade is to make the 37.5%, which is 0.3%, and that gives me the $7.50. Well, let's say the price starts to go against me and it goes down. Well, guess what? Since I'm only in the trade with $20 and my liquidation is so far down, I can jump into an XRP trade now. While I'm waiting for that trade to come back up because the price went down against me, I can throw another $20 into an XRP trade and then go for my same 37.5%, which is only 0.3%, to get my $7.50. Now that trade starts going down against me. I don't worry about either trade. I can jump into an ETH, an Ethereum trade, with another $20, right? And go for that same 37.5%, which is only 0.3%. So now I'm in 3 different altcoins. If the price, not if, when the price comes back up to my target price on Bitcoin, I've made $7.50 on ETH, $7.50 on XRP, and $7.50 on Bitcoin, right? So there, now $7.50 times the 3 coins, I'm at $22.50, and my goal for the day was to make $10, the 1%. So I had a goal today to make 1% on my account of $1,000, and getting into 3 different altcoins with only $20 of my $1,000 balance gets my liquidation risk at like barely anything, and I make $22.50 for the day, and I'm already double of what my 1% of the account balance is for the day by being at 125x leverage, instead of doing some spot trading where I have to go in with the whole $1,000 to try to get 1%. Well, like I said, what happens if you go in with the $1,000 to get the 1%? It goes against you for a couple days. Well, you're not trading, and you're just stuck in one coin instead of being able to trade multiple coins. Not only that, what happens if you get into a Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum trade at $20 each, which liquidation is like barely anything with $1,000 in the account, and it starts to go against you, and instead of sitting here thinking, oh, the price is gonna go back up today, maybe it's not gonna go back up today, maybe it'll go back up tomorrow, but let's say it starts to go down. Well, guess what? I can go ahead and enter a $20 short on Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum as well while I'm waiting for my longs to come into play on Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. So the flexibility of leverage trading is hands down the best way to go. And again, if you're going to trade with higher leverage, use less money at higher leverage, and you will see the difference. The risk is less and the rewards are better. Unless here's a warning, unless you do something stupid, which a lot of people do when they leverage trade. They do something stupid. They don't know how to use wallet management. They have $1,000 in their account at 125x leverage, and they get into the trade with $100, $200, $300. Well, then that liquidation price has a high risk of getting hit. The smart thing to do when you high leverage is just use a little bit of money for a bigger reward. And that's the whole point of leverage. The point of leverage is to use as little money as you can with as high leverage as you can. Now, on the 2-bit exchange, which I like to use, we can go higher than 125x leverage, but I've found that 125 is a good number to work with, okay? Maybe you can go up to 150, but I wouldn't go much higher than that. So the point of this video is making sure that you understand leverage, the magic of leverage, and understand wallet management, making sure that you are not going into a trade with high leverage and high wallet balance. You need to manage your wallet balance. Your wallet balance is there to protect the small trade that you're doing with high leverage. Okay? That's it for the video. I hope it makes sense. I hope you guys got something from it. And the link is in the description for you guys to come and join the Discord, because the Discord is new, and I'm rambling right now, but I'm looking for new people to get in here and chat with and learn how to leverage trade and make money with crypto. So if you're watching this video, you got anything from it, click the link in the description to join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, you know, the whole drill, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have yourself a blessed day. We'll see you in the next video.